in for the work career readings. I decided to give this a shot and see how the numbers go. And you came in first. And the views, the Scorpio's been under the loop for a while, so I must have some new viewers. So we will start with you today and see if we can't land on some energy here that hits you in the work area. If it does not resonate in the work area, it could transfer to another, it could be in romance or whatnot, because they just will jump to wherever you need help or information or some kind of higher guidance of some sort. So let's get into it here. I'm starting with the Pulp Tarot. And the first card for you, Scorpio, is, well, what do you know, the Lover's card, as I speak of. Now, this can mean, we're talking about business here, this can mean companions or finding love at work, or being at work and finding a love interest is what they said, to word it correctly. So we may be working, tapping away at work, and there's something here that comes across our path in this way that it's in the work area that we may be finding an interest of some sort here. Now we're going to move on to the next card, and we get the Four of Wands. And here it's kind of like a cabaret going on, right? They're all women. I noticed that right away. So, but, the Four of Wands, the traditional meaning is celebrations with, friends, family, and whatnot, and a feeling of community and a sense of, belonging, like they're all kind of dancers in a grouping, is the sense I get. Now, we may, I don't know if this is because of this lover or if this is separate, but I get a sense of feeling like we finally belong, or we finally finding our crew in a work area, or, or in any shape or form, really. We're finding that we're getting along groovy with people in the front here. I'm going to try and keep it on the work area, but it can transfer. There's a reason that I got that instinct to lay out those words of, this may not be in the work area, it may actually be in love. Like if your work's going groovy and everything's great and wonderful and you really don't need no help there, they're going to go to the next place you do need help. So maybe it's in the love direction. So your third card from the Pulp deck is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Looking forward to the future and building the finances. We know we need to put a lot of work in here, is the sense that I get. And we're willing to do so. We're ready to do so. I feel like in the past we may not have been ready, but all our ducks in a row here. They're showing me the rows, how even those rows are. It's like we're taking great care and attention to go forward diligently in a way that soothes us or helps us. So we may have had a hard time in the past coming across a job that we saw a future in, is the sense, but either we're going to put work in to make sure that happens from now on. We're going to choose a career direction we want for the long term, or this is something that's already been lined up and we're just taking our first steps into this direction. Because the sense that I get here is a real sense of community. So either we've come across a soul grouping where we feel very comfortable with people, like people, they feel like soulmates almost. It's like we could have entered I feel like it's a change in career, or something subtly changing to bring us to open this field up in some kind of way where there's people around us that are pleasant to deal with. They understand us on a level that maybe we haven't been understood in the past, this kind of thing. And not only that, it's a sense of community. Like, I want to spend time with these people out of work. I don't want to just go home, and it's like that. These people are really cool. I don't mind them. I would like to spend more time with them, actually, than just at work. Spending more time to, be with people at work. Okay, next row. As we move into the Infinity career cards, Lone Wolf 27. Yeah, that's what I get. Is I feel like this is our past. I feel like in the past we really were used to working alone, being alone, going it alone, whether it's at work or even not at work. In our social lives, we just kind of did our own thing. We may have had people around us, but nobody that we really pulled inward. And I feel like the sense here is that the universe is trying to hook you up with people that are more like-minded, and being successful in this is what they said. We're being successful in this. It's just a matter of the Scorpio going out of their comfort zone, that lone wolf zone, to, open up to that, is the sense that I get. Okay. So yeah. The Lone Wolf. Okay, and the next card on the Four of Wands, again, a feeling of community is what I get. And not only that, is a feeling like I know these people, but I don't know them, right? They're new. It's fresh material, fresh people around us, but I feel at home with them. I don't feel like I have to be any... I don't have to play any games or put any mask on. I'm who I am, and I'm accepted for that. And again, I feel like we weren't so much so in the past. Now, on top of that Four of Wands, we get 26, the deep end. And look at them all in swimsuits, right? What are we getting here? I feel like this is a good thing. Usually this deep end can be dark, can be foreboding, especially in the careers, like diving off the deep end. We're taking a chance and we don't know where it's going to go. In fact, we could drown quite easily. But that's not the sense I get here with the Scorpio. I get that not only can we jump off the deep end, they're showing me what do you call those tubes, that they throw off boats to get people at life rafts and shit like that. They're showing me all that flying everywhere. It's like there's no way we can drown with these people because they're all on our side. They all are on the same frequency, the same level as we are. They think of things in the same way, and it's very refreshing because, again, being alone for so long, even though I think there's a sense from the Scorpio, I don't know if I want to, there's a little bit of a sense of that, like 25% of us going in that direction, like, I want to stay by myself and I don't want to. I think 75% of them is going, I feel comfortable here. There's no threat. There's no reason to pull back, right? So there's very little of ourselves that really, it's all of us wants to jump off the deep end and just get soaked in these people because, again, it feels comfortable. It feels right and everything's going groovy. Okay, so on the Page of Pentacles, again, we're looking toward our future and planning. And again, our lines are all straight. So it's saying not only have we put effort in to make sure that our career goals are where they should be. The sense they're giving me here is that we're not going to go in a direction that we don't feel satisfied any longer. We may have gotten used to that kind of feeling of doing something we don't want to do, and it really brought us down to a level that we just will not accept that no more. So we're only going in positive directions so this is what I get highlight from there. So the Infinity card on top of that is on task. Yeah. Again, our ducks are in a row. Our lines are perfectly straight. The sense is we're on the right path here because we're seeking that which we enjoy. And right, if you love your work, then you don't have to work a day in your life. You just enjoy what you do. And this is kind of the sense of what the Scorpio's after here. I feel like they're on task to make their future, how do you say, where they enjoy their work. This is their goal here. And they've learned the lesson of being in a place where either we're not appreciated, we're not respected, or we don't enjoy things, right? These kind of things. And it all kind of revolves, like if we're not respected and appreciated, that really brings a lot down anyway in the long run. So we were a lone wolf. I think that was our past. I think we're trying to break that shell within us. I think we're trying to open up more and be more comfortable around more people. I think the lone wolf in the past did serve us to a certain degree, but it's time for change. And not only that, the universe opened a door for us that we really do want to walk into. The past, there may not have been many doors. They're all kind of dark and dreary and not something we were groovy on. So now the grooviness is there. We're diving off the deep end. And not only that, we got our ducks in a row in where we want to settle in our job front. So this is all on task universally as we move forward into our career. Okay, so the feminine, I got the Infinity Feminine card. So to expand on the Lone Wolf card, what do we get there? We get the Queen of Fire. So, give me a minute here. This may be what you're coming across. In your way, if you're masculine, you could be coming across a Queen of Fire. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a fire element, but it means someone who likes exciting things. They give me the word exciting. Or we find them exciting, the way they go about their business. There's something here that piques our interest, right? The Lover's card is a very powerful jolt. And not only that, we got the idea of Cupid coming in here. You know, that, well, there's many stories coming from here, but what they're saying here is there's a couple here that is, they're wanting to get together. And I feel the grouping of people, it's in and amongst a grouping of people that are going to be coming into our life here, and it's all going to feel good and wonderful. And we may even get a lasting relationship out of someone here at work or in our surroundings in some kind of way. So the Queen of Fire, let me tell you about her. In this deck that I made, the feminine deck, this is the one who conjures up energy. And it can be on this end or that end, meaning she can go forward quite forcefully and manifest things. Meaning, if she wants something, she goes after it, right? And not only that, outside of her, she seems to attract that kind of attention as well. Men want, there's an interest, and I get that sense. We may, you know, we may feel this woman is very fiery and there's something about her that we want to get to know better. This is the energy that we're going after. And it may not even be a job here. It may be just on the romance front. There's something here that I want to go after. And I got my ducks in a row because they are showing me the heart center. They're showing me that this is where our focus is at. So this is a love reading in and amongst the career area. But nonetheless, we're going to dive off in the deep end and see where it takes us. So the Queen of Fire is what we're after. We're coming from a lone wolf energy, and this is the direction we're looking in. This Queen of Fire. Someone who is getting us fired up with interest, and also someone who is, we perceive as fiery as well. Like we think, wow, this person's got a lot of energy. I see them, because I'm getting a masculine energy, and I'm getting them looking at this woman and going, she don't take no shit from nobody. I like that. I want to know more about, give me more boundaries. This is what I'm getting. This is interesting. Yeah, so this is what's piquing the interest, is the fiery energy of this woman, okay? So as we move on to the 4 Wands, again, that sense of community, wherever it is that we're going here, we're going to jump off the deep end here. Why? Because there's so much comfort around us. There's really not one negative sign here. So this is going to lead us to where? Feminine Infinity 2, High Priestess. So we're jumping off the deep end. Why? Because our instinct leads us there. Again, there's nothing negative here. We're not getting any weird instinct on our scanner. You know, like when we're going through here. Yeah, and a lot of water, right? I mean, Scorpio, you are water. There's an element within this person that you're looking. It's almost like you don't carry and you respect that in them, and that's what's attracting. And they're going, funny how that works, isn't it? Something that we either perceive we don't have, and we can build it. We always have the ability to build things, but when we see it in someone else so strongly, and we may, it may, because they're trying to differentiate. They're saying it's not that we don't have this ability, it's just we don't develop in this area, this fiery way, or in the same, right? Because there's a masculine way of doing things, and there's a feminine way of doing things, and it's like the way this feminine deals with things is intriguing to this masculine. And right, the Scorpio, right, is deep. They're going off a deep end into deep feelings, and they got the capacity to hold a lot there. And not only that, they've scanned their senses here, coming with the High Priestess. That's a great ability to bring about clarity where others don't even dare to tread. And I say dare to tread, but I mean that instinct is deeper. Okay, let's carry on here. So we're using our instinct highly, jumping off into the deep end. The Page of Pentacles. This really does bode well for our finances in the future. We may need to build up our finances, but we're more than willing and ready to do so. And not only that, we're on task to get there properly. Okay, so the feminine card on top of that, Infinity card, is the Six of Fire. And what do you know? We gain success. Yeah, they're going, we're getting there. We're getting there. We know what it takes to get there. We've implemented some of the steps. We just have to continue to do so, is what they're saying. And we will succeed. Okay, so that's dipping into the future. Yeah, and we're not afraid to tackle those things that, like, I feel like the Scorpio's coming up and going, okay, I need to do this, and that. And then they go, step one, okay, I do this. Then the next one's this and that, and they got to get there. And it's not that they're procrastinating. I think they're just really focusing, like I said, on those things that they want. So they're kind of focusing their area there, and that takes time, because we may not be putting in 100 resumes to jobs that we don't like. We may be only putting in 50, because they're the jobs that we specifically picked out. Like, I would be happy there, I would be happy there, I'd be happy there. So we apply there, and there. Right? This is the sense I'm getting. And therefore, 100% of the places that we apply for, we're going to enjoy working at as we perceive it, right? I mean, things can flip, but I don't see that happening here. I feel there's a great success, because not only are we intuitive in that area, but we're utilizing that and feeling things out. And I do get a sense here too of scoping a job out in a good way, like going and like literally going to a place and spending time there and having a coffee there, or talking to somebody from there and doing a research and saying, look, do you enjoy your job there? If you don't, because I feel like we may have been, and not so recently, stung in that area. We may have not kind of done our research and then got in and didn't have the greatest experience. Even though the job itself might have been good, the politics might have thrown us. So we're just being overly attentive to that, and that takes time, right? Because you got to get to know people, and you got to seek around and that kind of thing. Okay, so here we go. Carrying on. As we get into the third row here, we're getting into the Black Cat Tarot. So we'll see what they have to say about the Queen of Fire. Because I feel like I'm picking up on a masculine energy, and I feel like there's somebody has sparked their interest, literally. There's a fire that there's some kind of a quality that this woman has, that it titillates. Titillates them. So what do we get on top of there? We get the Four of Pentacles. And they're going, that's Scorpio working hard to build up their finances so they can be a secure part of a relationship, so they have something to offer in this way. I feel like that's what they're Yeah, that's what they're working on. Okay, I was, in my head, I'm going, is this the partner? And they're not necessarily. They're going, for now, this is the more the Scorpio energy. Working to build their finances and whatnot. This can also be about greed, but I think this is the Scorpio being frugal with things, trying to save money because they don't know what the future holds. I think everybody's kind of in this mode to some degree. I don't feel it being out of whack, like too greedy, like hoarding. We may have a high ability to judge how we spend our money, but at the same time, yeah, I feel it's okay here. Okay, on the Four of Wands, as we move into, again, High Priestess energy, there's a lot of instinct being utilized here. A lot of fresh energy in the new people that are coming in whatever way, whether it's work or romance. I feel like it's like if we're coming across someone who's a potential partner, I feel like there's a grouping of people. And they may not even be all people that know each other per se, but there's a lot of new fresh energy around the Scorpio is the sense I get. Now, again, we're using our instinct. On top of that, we get the Seven of Pentacles. Give me a moment here. We have a little web. As I look, yeah, guarding. Okay, so, you know, when we bring that Four of Pentacles, we're going to bring these two back to back here. Because the Four of Pentacles, he's underground. Nobody knows he's in there working, hoarding things away. So there may be a sense here, because of the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like, that's mine. Nobody touched mine. I'm guarding mine. So we may have a little bit of a paranoia about our money. And I mean, in this day and age, in this state of the universe, it's no wonder that everybody's not kind of a little bit freaky about that. So I'm not going to go overboard, but those are two heavily kind of hoarding cards is the sense. Now, the Seven of Pentacles normally means taking a break to look on what we've accomplished here. But the energy that's coming from this card to me is back off. I got my money and I'm looking after it. So the sense here might be, even though we may be opening our heart in a certain way to people and surroundings, I feel like our money is tightly under wraps. Like we're not going to be going out taking people for lunches and stuff like this. We're going to be very frugal about things like that. So there's a sense of this going on. Even though we may have people and we want to go out and do things with them and whatnot, I feel like it'll be coffee and walk in the park, this kind of thing, on the cheaper down low with the money and the finances is the sense I'm getting. Just simply because we are being, I don't know, yeah, they said we're tightening our belt, you know, so we're highly aware of it, but we can still go out and meet people and schmooze and not spend a lot of money. So if we're going out, we're not going to be spending the whole evening buying drinks for everybody. We're just going to be, you know, light with the money going outwards. That's what I get. So on the Page of Pentacles, as we move into the future energy here, we are on task. We have all in line to gain success in the career sector. Success will be there for us because we're really putting all our energy into areas that we deem successful. So there's really no way we can lose. On top of that, we get the Six of Swords. Now this is interesting because we get the Six of Fire, which is the Six of Wands. A lot of good energy here about being on task, being ready. Whatever comes, we're going to, you know, be prepared. The sense I'm getting is we may have to actually leave the area that we're at in order to. So maybe we applied for jobs that could either take us somewhere else, like a franchise or something, that could take us in a different city or scenario, different location. Or we may just be seeking employment somewhere other than where we are living at the moment. And that is something we are looking forward to. Okay, that could be. Yeah, for some people that's what's going on. Okay, as we move forward here. Yeah, I get the masculine infinity cards. On top of the 4 of Pentacles, again, there's a sense of kind of building up the money, and it could be for a move. You know, we could be applying for jobs in a different center. Maybe it's a higher income bracket, but it's also, you know, higher rent and whatnot. So we're trying to put money away so we can do that and make that leap, because we got to remember we're going off the deep end here. So we may be making a complete move, you know, a fresh start. But again, I don't feel it's without knowing these people. So maybe we just know a bunch of people from another place and then we gravitate over there. Yeah, I'm getting that matches a lot here. That clicks on a lot of levels. Like a bigger center for sure is the sense I get. So if we're from a small town or even in a rural area, we'll be moving to a town, or from a town to a city, this kind of thing, where there's more people, the ability. That 4 of Wands is really bringing me a lot of people in, like new people. So I feel like it's either a place where there's just a lot of people employed there, or it's a very busy, or it's a very social, you know, like people are able to talk in and amongst themselves, not like you're just stuck in an office doing, you know, this kind of thing. Okay, next, on top of the 4 of Pentacles, building up money and whatnot. The masculine infinity card we get is the Hermit. Okay. This is interesting because we start off with this Lover's card. And I don't know, this is kind of in the past energy. But the weird thing, as soon as they brought that Hermit card, I'm getting this as the present. Now give me a moment. I feel like there's somebody here sparked our interest on a, you know, and it may not even be on a romantic, but someone I want to get to know for sure. I like this person. They, you know, I like the way they do things. I gotta know more. This kind of a curiosity. And then I get a holding back. No, give me a minute here. Yeah, we may be shy to approach this person the way that we truly want to, or the way that we truly feel. But I feel like we're trying, are we building finances to try and impress them in some way? That's kind of the sense I get as well. But the Hermit card here is usually about contemplating something, like stressed in a way. So let's keep going here and see what happens. As we move into, again, all our instinct, all these people are really on a level where we feel like everything's congruent. It's all good, great, and wonderful. There's a sense of us building finances. We know where we're at. We're saving for our move. And we may even get a job in a bigger center, higher pay, all of this stuff. But we're still being frugal no matter, because we're using our instinct here. We don't know what the future holds as of yet. On top of the 7 of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, there it is. Yeah, because I was getting this person that we like. I almost get like a stepping back and then a going forward. With the Knight of Cups is like going forward. This Knight of Cups in this masculine deck, this guy goes all out. Love is what he's looking for. He gets off his horse. They're both off their horse and they meet each other. And not only that, I'm getting the sense too that very much of like mind, because they're both, you know, they've both been looking for love in a certain scenario here, and they're both at the same level of understanding what each other's been through, and they may have been through very, very similar situations. So it's almost like, yeah, they're going, see the reflection in the water? That's the two of them. They reflect off each other exactly. I understand, you know, and not only that, there's different ways that they deal. I feel like, this is a masculine Scorpio that I'm picking up on. He has a very tender side that he's afraid to bring forth. But this woman has no threat to that. I feel like in the past we may have... See, the Scorpio never gave up that side of themselves. They just decided, I'll be damned if I'm going to give that up so loosely ever again. I'm going to make damn sure, like, it's almost like the boss going in the office and checking off that task list and saying, okay, you know, does it have this, then you deserve my care and attention. If not, to hell with you, is kind of the sense, which is kind of, you know, right? And I feel like the woman's been through it, but she exhibits her side of things differently. They've both been through the same path. I don't know, but some kind of barrier melts between these two is the sense. It's really groovy. Actually, good stuff. So far, it's in the beginning phases, right? But there's a sense of understanding greatly here. So as we move on to the Six of Swords, on top of the Victory card, which is, you know, success in a move that could take us to a job that, you know, or an area, or, you know, a situation where things are, you know, I get a clean slate, fresh start, all this. And it's not that we are coming out of, I don't feel the Scorpio is coming out of a relationship just recently. The Lone Wolf card, right? We've got our single card, and we're only giving it up for something of value. We're not going to just, we're not a teenager anymore, right? This kind of thing. We're ready to take charge here. And not only that, we're ready to take charge of our finance. So anyway, on top of the Six of Swords, what do we get? Oh, we get the Queen of Fire at the end. And it's interesting, it's the same element. From the two decks, I got the Queen of Fire from the feminine and the Queen of Fire from the masculine. Give me a moment what that means. Basically, that means there is one person that we have our eye on, or one person that we will be running into, that is going to collect our focus. And the sense here is, we get the Knight of Cups right in between, sandwiched. We get the Hermit card here, symbolizing that we may be a little shy, or a little reserved, or a little holding back, but that's only good because the High Priestess is here in the middle, saying, you know, be careful and know what we've learned, our lessons, all this stuff is going through. But I feel like we gain success not only in our career front, because I do feel there's a sense of career here where we're going to go after things that we enjoy more than things that we don't. And that in itself is going to refresh us on levels. But we're going to go after that in a personal way too. We're going to have our focus in a direction that this Queen of Fire just gets under. And she's usually very beautiful. This Queen of Fire on the masculine side, because we end with her, she is very centered. The one here, well, she can be centered as well. She's a little more spiritual, the feminine. If I put the masculine and feminine queens beside each other, right, with the red. The first one has a lot more instinctive, mystical abilities here, qualities that attract. When we're in the masculine energy, it's more of a self-secured energy. Not that the Queen of Fire can't be self-secure in this other element, but she's more of a mystical creature. And the sense here is that the Scorpio is going to, that's what's attracting the Scorpio at first, maybe looks and this mystical ability. But when we get to the end of the road here, where we gain all our success, not only on our front in the work area, but when we get to see that queen, she's going to become more stable and more grounded and capable in all of the highest qualities. I feel like this Queen of Fire here, she knows her own worth. And she knows what she won't put up with either. So if we have two people who know their boundaries and are willing to stand up for them, then we have two self-secure people. And if we have that, then that is success in itself. So, wow, good reading. Good romance reading on the career front. So yeah, Scorpio, it went into the love direction, but this is obviously something that we want clarity on, is what they said. I was going to say we want direction on it, but they're going, no, we want clarity on what's coming and whatnot. And obviously there's somebody coming in our path. If they haven't already, I feel like they have. There's something here that's struck, and it's just, we may even be hermiting at this time, trying to figure out how to approach this person, or we may be mingling with this person, but not really wanting to go overboard. Like, I feel like we feel more than we're willing to show because we're trying to be not only frugal with how we do that, but frugal with our emotions as well. So there might be a bit of a time to get to know this person a little more. But I do see a deep end that we're diving off of here. And I feel there's, I feel like the differences between the queen, the masculine, and the feminine, I feel like that's the difference between someone as we perceive them and have not yet befriended, and then after we befriend and we get to know and they become more grounded and even more of interest is really the sense, I guess. It's all good. So the last card that we have here is the fortune reading card. I thought we'll tie it all up in the end here and see if we can't bring some extra energy in. So the fortune card for you, Scorpio, is the cracker. Yeah, and it's red. Positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and good fortune awaits. So you can't get a better read than that. I don't know. We start with the lovers. We end with a partner, a possible partner here. And there's nothing but success along the way. One, because we are taking charge of our life and going in a direction that makes us happy. And because of this, we're going to meet other people that are in that same energy. And what do you know? One amongst the group is going to stand out to us highly and bring a fire to a point where we are going to make take action in this way. I feel like there's a bit of a pause or a bit of a holding back or a bit of a trying to understand that to a higher degree, or there's some bit of a slow down there, but I feel like it's all going to lead you in a successful way. So the cracker's there to remind you that positive energy, love, joy, and good fortune awaits. So there you go, Scorpio. There's your reading for the fall. I'm working on the end of October here. So we're talking about November, December even time frame. So hopefully that helps you in some kind of way. Take care, have fun, and be kind, and thanks for clicking on the Rumble videos. These ones are going out to YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, we'll see if I can get back in the mix here if I don't talk about politics anymore. Take care, have fun, and be kind, and we will talk to you soon.